Hello, geometry class. We are moving on to chapter 10.6, dealing with circles and arcs. These are seen everywhere. Some of our most favorite circles that we see are in food. We have pies and pizza, and you're going to see that we're going to use the mathematical symbol pi a lot when dealing with circles and arcs. And then obviously we have the St. Louis arc. But that's just one type of arc of many. That's many applications with arcs, and we're going to see how they are used in this section. Okay, so the first thing we should identify is this is, of course, a circle with the following parts. This is the center. This is a radius. A radius is from the center to the outside of a circle. And then double the radius is called the diameter. This should all be a review. But of course, at any time you can pause this video so you can catch up with the notes or rewind to make sure you get something. And this is what we call an arc measure. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in the next example. Okay, so circumference. Circumference is the same thing as perimeter of a circle. So for this, we find the circumference by 2 times pi times the radius. Okay, this is also identical to, I'm going to just change it to blue so you know it's, the same thing, but just a different way of looking at it, the diameter times pi. Okay, I like thinking of it as 2 pi r. You can never go wrong with that, or it is also known as diameter times pi. Okay, now let's look at the next example. Okay, this is what I'm talking about when we're talking about arc measure. Okay, this is the portion of a circle's total angle measure. Okay, we know a total circle has 360 degrees. So this is just a portion of that. Now you could see this inside right here. You could see it written, for example, this looks kind of like a 50-degree angle. Or you could see it written here, 50 degrees. Okay, this is just an example, okay? So obviously this would mean that this angle right here formed by those two radiuses is 50 degrees. And this means this portion, okay, I'm going to erase that because it's a little sloppy. This portion is 50 degrees of the entire circle, which is 360, okay? So it's two different ways of seeing it written, but that's just the portion of the circle's total angle, okay? All right, moving on. We need to know this, the arc measure, before finding other things like what we're going to see. So the next example. This is part of the circumference. As you can see, it's part of the total perimeter of the circle, but it's not the whole thing. We call this arc length. Okay? This will always be in degrees. Arc measure will always be in degrees, where arc length is a distance. Okay? So let's write, I'm going to put in parentheses that this is a distance. Okay, and I'm going to put up here just in case, I'm going to put that we are doing degrees. Degrees. All right, so we got degrees up here, and this is a distance over here. Okay, now what portion of the circle is this? We're talking about this is a portion of the circle's circumference. Okay, so that is a portion of the